wine fam, and welcome back to another Wine Down with CheKesha video. And today is a special holiday edition of Wine Down with CheKesha. So if you want to see today's video, keep watching. All right, wine friends, so before we get into today's video, welcome and welcome back. I know it's been a very long time since I filmed a Wine Down video. So as you can see, I kind of changed the name. Instead of Wine Down Wednesdays, we're just going to call it Wine Down with CheKesha, because you can wind down any day. I don't know who designated Wednesday as that day, but depending on how you feel, what your mood is, what your vibe is, you might want to wind down or you might want to wind up. But either way, we are now Wine Down with CheKesha here on this channel. Alright, wine friends, so before we get into the video, I want to again welcome you and welcome back, because I have missed y'all. So I know I have mentioned in some of my previous vlogs, if y'all are watching, that I was going to bring it back in January, in which it will be fully back in January. But I figured, you know, with the holidays about to approach, Christmas around the corner, and we have New Year's, why not do a video that's going to feature something bubbly and new? So today's wine we are featuring is a Prosecco by Issa, and it is the Viarae Prosecco. Yes. Now, it's not new to me because I've had it before when it first came out. I was stalking the Target website and I found it, and I just did it as a pickup order because I did not want to chance all the girls going to pick it up. But it may be new to you, so I wanted to go ahead and share it. That way you have plenty of time to look for it, so you can go ahead and put it on your wine shelf or on your wine counter so you can have it ready for that special day. Doesn't have to be Christmas or New Year's, but you know, who doesn't like a good bubbly cocktail or wine during the holiday season? All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this thing opened up. And if you've watched any of my videos, I'm always an advocate of doing a little bit of educational or tip-like moments with you guys. And I have been doing a lot of wine classes at Total Wine this past spring, summer, and fall, and I've learned some new techniques and better ways to open up a bottle of sparkling champagne, Prosecco, any type of bubbly wine. I'm going to show you the way that I have been taught, so maybe it will make your wine opening a little bit easier. So what you want to do is to go ahead and use the little perforated portion to rip off the foil. As most of them do, it don't work. I don't know why they even waste their time, but it is what it is. It gets you started. I normally just pull the whole thing off because trying to just get the top portion off sometimes can be a little challenging. But we're going to do what it do. So let me get this foil off and I'll be right back. While y'all are waiting on me to get the foil off, I want you to do me a big favor before we get any further into this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you'll never miss any of my Wine Down with CheKesha videos or any videos on this here platform, because I'm pretty sure you're going to like all the content that I have here on Life with CheKesha. Alright, so now that we have the foil, we have the cage. The cage is this metal piece that secures the cork. The cage, think of it as like a cage bird. You want to keep that cage tight and locked, because if it's loose, the bird will fly out and it'll be a disaster. You'll have to, whatever. Same thing when you are using the cage on a cork for a sparkling wine. And it does that because all of the carbonation that's in here, it can cause it to boop, fly everywhere. And so it's very important. I know the girlies and all the guys like to shake it up and pop in all of that stuff. That's cool, but use like Andre or, you know, inexpensive sparkling or champagne to do that, because you don't want to waste your good wine. Not unless you just got money like that to waste. I'm just saying. But anyway, so back to the cage. So you want to take the cage twister, and I don't know if that's the right name for it, and you want to pull it down. I'm going to turn it the right way. And you want to twist it 6 times. 6 times is just the magic number. That is the sweet spot, and you don't want to deviate from that. So we're going to twist it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop. Hammer time. Do not take the cage off because you don't want the top to fly everywhere. Do not walk away once you have untwisted the cage. You want to make sure that you finish it through. You don't want to walk away, find your glass, and then come back. This thing can injure and possibly cause death depending on how forceful the combination is. What I used to do is twist the top, but the right way is to twist the bottle. So if your bottle has condensation because it's been sitting in, you know, an ice bucket, or you pulled it straight out the freezer, then make sure you grab like a towel or a napkin or something like that. But you just simply want to twist the bottle. And so I'm just twisting the bottom, I'm not twisting the top. And it's already open, I can feel it. There we go. And I like to hold it just for a few minutes because you can see the bubbles percolating and I don't want it to spill all over me. So now that you have it twisted, you can just save it or set it aside. I like to save my corks. So we're going to go ahead and pour this baby up. And we're not going to use your traditional flutes or your coupe glasses because technically those are just for aesthetics. Those are pretty to pour it in when you're celebrating, toasting the new year, or you know, your wedding toast or things like that. It's super aesthetic-y and it makes it look so pretty. But if you are a wine enthusiast and you really want to enjoy the beverage that you have poured into your glass and really be able to identify what you're drinking, you want to use a white wine glass, something like this. Because if you are an enthusiast or a wine educator, you know that this is the way to go. So what I like to do when I'm pouring, I make this a habit anyway, whether I'm pouring a sparkling or a flat wine. I always like to tilt my glass on the side because that will prevent a lot of bubbling. So you get more beverage and less bubble. You know, I know everything is aesthetics and people like the bubbles and stuff like that. But if you are an enjoyer of wine, you want to do things according to the way it is suggested. Let's put it that way. So I like to pour mine to the side, and I am going to get some bubbles because I think my champagne, well, it's not champagne, my Prosecco is a little bit warmer than it should because I took it out the refrigerator a little bit too fast. And so the temperature of your sparkling wine will vary based on if it's too cold or too warm. But it's really, really good. And you don't want to fill the glass up too much. A lot of times when you are doing like whites and sparkling, you don't want it to go too far. When it starts to narrow, you want to keep it within that bold portion of the wine. I know you girls and you guys are saying, I just want to drink it. I want to fill it up because it ain't going to last long. It's your prerogative. Like Bobby Brown said, do what you want to do. But if you are into more of the culture of wine and doing things the way that, you know, your sommeliers would do it, or your WSET certified wine sommeliers do it, then, you know, follow the script. You know, if you want to let everybody think you know what you're doing, follow the script. Okay. So as you can see, we're gonna go ahead and do our 4 S's. The first one, we're gonna see it. We want to see how bubbly this is. This has nice fine bubbles. I don't know if you can see it that well. Yeah, you should be able to see it. So it has nice fine bubbles that's just bubbling, 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 bubbling. And then, you know, you just want to just see what the color is, whether or not it's a medium body, light body, and all of those things. But today we're not going to get into all of that. We're just going to taste it, and I'm going to tell you what I think of it, what I think about this. The first time I had it, I just had it just to drink it. Not drink, to drink it. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm tasting of wine for the first time, I like to just taste it to see what it's like. Like if I was at a party, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, this is a 1995 Chardonnay. Oh no, I'm not gonna do all that. I just want to taste it, enjoy it, and all that stuff. Normally, if I enjoyed it the first time, I will get it a second time, and then I will do my diagnostics, in which I am not certified. I'm not a sommelier. I'm just an enthusiast that is learning more and more about wine every day that I drink. Well, I don't drink it every day, but each day that I drink some wine, I like to just imagine what the wine is all about. I want it to be a whole experience. So after we have saw the wine, we want to swirl it. And you can swirl your bubblies. And that's another reason why it is important to have it in an actual wine glass. If you are doing it in a coupe glass, it is so short, you'll have wine or sparkling all over the place. If you do it in a wine flute, it's no room for it to move around or even to breathe and open up. So, you know, if you're doing an event or something, you can serve it in your little pretty glasses, because I got pretty glasses. And when it's me and the hub's anniversary or something, I pull those out. But when I'm enjoying it and I'm not putting on anything extra, I'm gonna always use a wine glass. Okay, so we have saw, we have swirled, and now we're going to smell. That's the third S. Don't forget that one. It's easy to forget because I almost forgot. So it's just so you can see if you can identify what you may be tasting. And what you may smell may not always be what you taste on your palate. Your palate is your tongue. But you still want to smell it just to kind of set your brain up for what it is that you may, about to sip and take in. So let's go ahead and put our nose in. And when it comes to your wine, you want to be nosy. You want to be all up in that wine business. Do not be shy. Get all up in the business that's in this glass. So we can go ahead and put it up in there, okay? Off the nose, I can definitely smell a hint of pear. Yeah, I'm getting pear. Maybe some lemon, in which those are traditional smells that you're going to get in a Prosecco. That's the Prosecco is the Italian version of champagne. I know everybody like to call Prosecco champagne, but please, 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 please stop calling Prosecco champagne. It is not. So, we have saw, we have swirled, we had smelled, and now we gonna sip. Most of you guys' favorite part. So let's take a small sip first. It's just to introduce the wine to your palate. So let's do a small sip. This is definitely not dry. So if you are like, I don't want a dry type, this is definitely not dry. So now we're gonna do a bigger sip on the second sip. And this way it can it'll fill our whole mouth, and we can kind of see how it tastes from the start to the finish. I like that. On the palate, I don't get the pear on the front end, but on the back end, on the finish, I definitely get the pear. I'm definitely feeling like I'm getting the zest of a lemon as the wine sets on my palate, or the Prosecco sets on my palate. I'm getting a lot of that, the zest. You know how that zest has like a bitters to it. Not bitter like bitter, but it has a bitter taste to it. Like if you bite too far, like in a rind or something, you get that. That's what it's giving. But it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. I was trying to see if I got any apple or any like green. But right now I'm just getting pear, and definitely on the back end a lot of that lemon zest. But let's take another sip. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of pear and definitely lemon zest. So definitely you getting that pear. I'm almost feeling more like a yellowish or maybe golden pear. Yeah, I'm trying to perfect my fruit tastings because, you know, they be like, yeah, this tastes like Granny Smith or a Fuji apple. Listen, I don't know. An apple is an apple to me, okay? But I'm trying to perfect those things. But this is really good. I would really recommend this, especially if you like a Prosecco that is not dry or extra brut. This definitely would be good if you like to... I can't believe I'm about to say this. If you like to mix juice in your Proseccos, this will be a really good Prosecco to do like a juice. Nothing too acidic. You know, you could do orange juice, but I'm thinking maybe more like a pineapple juice. So yeah, so maybe like a pineapple juice. Something that's going to not be so acidic, because like I said, that zest from that lemon, I feel like it needs to be counteracted with something that is that's not as citrusy. You could do orange juice because that's the thing that everybody, you know, do. But I would definitely, I'm feeling like pineapple juice. Now, I did read that the creator of this, Issa, she likes to use it and make a cocktail. I think she likes to mix it with vodka. And what you could do, like, this will probably be good. Now, I will say this, even though Aperol is very citrusy, I do think that you could do a splash of Aperol and then do like a another type of juice that doesn't have as much acidity or citrusness to it. But this is really good. I would really recommend this. I would give this out of 5 wine glasses. I would definitely probably give it a 4. Only because I'm not a big lemon zest person, and I can still taste that lemon zest on my tongue. And don't let me saying that deter you from drinking this, because, you know, once the bottles start being popped and people start sipping during the holidays, you don't even think about the zest of the lemon. But for me, I'm more of an enjoyer of wine. I'm more of a sipper where I'm just chilling in my downtime or relaxing. So I tend to take in more of the flavors and the notes that are used to create wines. But if you are just an everyday sipper or someone that just, you know, likes these for brunches and stuff, I really definitely think that you will enjoy this Prosecco, not champagne, from Issa Rae, and this is her Viarae Prosecco. So now that we've done all of that stuff, normally I do this first, but I wanted to get straight into this because I didn't want the Prosecco to get too cold. But also, before I do that, if you don't have a champagne stopper, I really implore you to get one. They have a lot of different ones, but in my personal opinion, I think this one is one of the easiest ones to use. All you do is take it and open it up. It has a stopper. You push it down, and then it claps on the lips of the bottle. So I will leave a link to all of my wine faves on Amazon, and this is on there as well, along with some other things, and you can pick you up one of these. I think this is the best, and it lasts so much longer when you put it back in the refrigerator. So we're going to go ahead and look at the wine label. The bottle is the first educator for beginners, even to seasoned wine drinkers and wine lovers. But this one, excuse me. So on this one, we're going to go ahead and start with the front. So of course, your front is going to tell you the name. And most Proseccos have a DOC. That's something that has to be done when they're doing certain type of wines from Italy and France and things like that, when they are sparkling or champagnes. You won't find it, and it's normally like a little blue and white label or a label on the side. You're going to find that in 9 times out of 10, and I really want to say 10, in all of your sparkling type wines. So it will have the name, and it will tell you if it's DOC or not, or DOCC. And then it'll tell you where this product is from. It is from Italy, so she has used a grape that is from Italy to make this Prosecco. And then on the back, you'll have your wine details. Sometimes it's extensive, sometimes it's not, but it'll give you a lot of information so you can be able to determine whether or not you want to take this bottle home and give it a chance. So it'll typically tell you, you know, what the wine is about, how it makes you feel, what you can serve it with. Every bottle is different, but this particular one, it just tells you that it's a bright, crisp, and lively Prosecco. Then it tells you that caution, this content under pressure, do not shake, chill well, and point bottle away from self and others when you're twisting the cork. Okay. So then it goes into telling you some of the most important things, but the ALC, you'll see it may be ALC, ABV, but for the most part, if you see A, another letter, and a C, that's telling you how much alcohol is in the product. This one has a very low ABC, I always say ABC, but this one says ALC. It's 11% volume. So if you're looking to get turned and you got a high tolerance for alcohol, this ain't gonna get you turned. If you have a low alcohol tolerance, don't drink the whole bottle. I'm just saying. But that's just my little tip on that. Like I said, I'm a sipper. This bottle could last me 2, maybe 3 days. But on a day that I'm just chilling and I'm just like, hey, I don't have nothing going on, I can sip on this all day. I may add a splash, but that's it if I kind of get bored with just drinking it as it is. But I normally do not add any juice to my Proseccos. I did do a Grinch cocktail, and that was the only time that I added something because I just want to try it out just to see. And all it was just a regular orange juice Prosecco. But anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you've already tried this Prosecco or if you are going to try it for the holidays. You know, I am a big enthusiast when it comes to all things wine. For me, it's not just about the wine, it's about the experience in the glass. When you're pouring that wine of choice from a specific region, for me, it makes me think about what the weather was like during that time when they harvested the grapes, when they made this particular wine. You know, what I would do if I was in Italy right now, opening up a bottle of the Viarae Prosecco. Will I be somewhere on the beach this time of year? Will I be somewhere in a villa overlooking the beautiful vineyards? Like, I give myself a whole experience each time I pour wine in a glass, and I hope you do the same. So if you enjoyed today's video, go ahead and give it a big old thumbs up. Click that subscribe button and that notification bell. That way you'll be notified anytime I upload a new video here on YouTube. And also, don't forget, let me know in the comments if you tried it or if you're going to try it. I would love to hear your opinion because my wine palette is not your wine palette and your wine palette isn't mine. But I'm always willing to try anything you all suggest to me in the comments. So if you have a wine that you want me to try in 2024 because Winedown with CheKesha is back, let me know in the comments. That way I can start creating my list of wines that I can try and let you know if I give it 1 or 5 glasses. So, happy holidays from me and my family to you. I hope that this season is blessing you and it is holly, jolly, and bright. So until next time, wine friends, peace.